Sophie had always been a perfectionist. From an early age, she had been driven to excel in everything she did, from her schoolwork to her hobbies. She pushed herself relentlessly, always striving for perfection and never allowing herself to rest. As she grew older, Sophie's perfectionism began to take a toll on her mental and physical health. She suffered from constant anxiety and stress, and she struggled to maintain healthy relationships with those around her. Despite this, she continued to push herself harder and harder, convinced that only perfection was worth striving for. One day, Sophie's life took an unexpected turn. While driving home from work, she was struck by another car and exposed to a dangerous situation. She suffered a broken leg and several other injuries, and was left unable to work or even move around easily. At first, Sophie was devastated. She felt like her life was over, and that she would never be able to achieve her goals or be happy again. But as she lay in her hospital bed, she began to realize that her perfectionism had been holding her back all along. Without the pressure of having to be perfect all the time, Sophie was able to relax and take stock of her life. She began to appreciate the simple pleasures, like spending time with her family and reading a good book. She also started to reconnect with old friends and build new relationships, realizing that being imperfect was not a barrier to meaningful connections. As she recovered from her injuries, Sophie began to see the world in a new light. She realized that perfection was not the goal, but rather happiness, fulfillment, and connection. She started to let go of her perfectionism, and instead focused on enjoying life, doing her best, and accepting herself for who she was. Years later, Sophie looked back on her accident as a turning point in her life. It had forced her to confront her perfectionism and learn to let go, leading to a happier and more fulfilling life than she had ever imagined possible.